I want to continue to uplift the Handy family who should not have to be here. The tragic death of Cordale Handy, a black man, on March 15, 2017, at the hands of two white St. Paul police officers during a mental health crisis response has raised serious concerns about systemic issues of racial inequity, law enforcement practices, and the treatment of individuals in crisis. Despite the horrific circumstances, no officer was charged in Cordale's death. However, in July 2023, a civil jury found Officer Nathaniel Younce civilly liable for the death, a monumental step in the pursuit of justice. The jury determined that the officer's conduct was willful, recklessly indifferent, and malicious, and overcame a defense of qualified immunity. The case of Cordale Handy has brought to light critical questions about the intersection of race and policing, the treatment of individuals with mental health crises, and the urgent need for reform. In response, a jury initially awarded $1.5 million in punitive damages and $10 million to the family. However, Judge David Doty, appointed by Ronald Reagan and now 95 years old, later reduced this award, known as a remitter. No amount of money, as Kim Handy Jones has rightly stated, can replace the loss of her son, and the judge's actions call into question the value of black life in the eyes of the law. Judge Doty's decision represents a dangerous precedent and a slippery slope undermining the work of the jury and reinforcing harmful racial inequities that persist in our justice system. The initial jury was able to see the racism and the lies, the disrespect from the city of St. Paul, and now the city has been given a chance to clean up their act and put on a show for Trial 2.0. The injustices faced by black communities, it serves as a call to action for systemic change to ensure that no other family has to endure this pain. I would be remiss if I didn't remind you of when Justine Demond was killed. The city rushed to pay her family $20 million, but the black and brown folks, we are forced to fight for every inch, as in the case of George Floyd, where it took a movement and the city to burn before the city did what they were supposed to do, which was see the value in a black life as they do in a white life. How much is a child's life worth? If you are like most, you would say your child's life is priceless. No amount of money can make Cordale's family whole. The first jury saw the lies, the disrespect, and came back with a verdict that showed racism was alive, well, and thriving in the city of St. Paul. One example from the first trial was when the city of St. Paul referred to Cordale, a black man, as an it, and frequently called him a lunatic. Similarly, during World War II, when Hitler referred to Jews as numbers instead of a name to take away their humanity and dignity. Today, there is a new jury who is not as invested as the first jury and will not be exposed to the true beliefs of the city of St. Paul. This undermines the whole purpose of a jury and was an overreach of the judge's power to overturn a lawful verdict. Cordale's story is not isolated. It is part of a broader pattern of systemic injustice in American jurisprudence. The legal system must operate in good faith, upholding the integrity of jury decisions and ensuring that justice is delivered without interference. As we reflect on this case, we are reminded of the invaluable worth of every human life, and we renew our call for systemic change. No other family should have to endure the pain that Ms. Handy Jones continues to face, and no other community member should be denied justice because of the color of their skin. President Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "In these days of difficulty, we Americans everywhere must and shall choose the path of social justice, the path of faith, the path of hope, and the path of love toward our fellow man." Thank you.